Hey guys, welcome back to my Realm of Magic rebuild. As you can see, 3 videos in and we're still not done with this. But here we go. I'm working on... Okay, so here I put in another little balcony bit. You can't actually access the balcony bit, but I thought it'd be kind of fun to have because it also meant I could just utilize a hell of a lot more of the space. Because I was just like, there was a lot of space in this building. And so I was just like, I need to just fill out space with like balconies and stuff, because why didn't I ever think of that before? Using balconies is actually probably like a really smart thing to do when it comes to doing this in the game. Especially when you've got too much space, you need to figure out what to do with some of that space. Just make balconies. Just make balconies. Don't know what to do with your roof? Make some balconies. Don't know what to do with all your extra space? Make some balconies. It's always a good thing. Today I'm focusing on making the dorm rooms for the school. So what I did was I had to pull in I pulled in that little corner there because I wanted to do the U-shaped, L-shaped stairs that we now had in the game, and I've just got a plaster on my elbow, on the crook of my elbow, which is kind of irritating me because I just had a blood test done today and that was a lot of fun. Fun fact, it's the needle pulling out that hurts, not the needle going in. You'd think it'd be the needle going in, but I digress. So I was building the dorm rooms for this episode, and the dorm rooms I had a lot of fun with because it was actually also at this point when I was building it that I didn't have any bathrooms for the downstairs, so I had to put in bathrooms upstairs and put bathrooms in downstairs. But you can see I was having kind of trouble on what to do, whether I make a little hallway down into the dorm rooms or if I just make a big dorm room in general. But I wanted to use those fireplaces. Those Realm of Magic fireplaces are everywhere. Like, there's only like one other fireplace, and that's in Morgan's office, and that one's not like the Realm of Magic one, because that one's actually that one is a vampires one, I think. As you can see, I put in like the U-shaped stairs. It actually looked pretty decent, but the only thing that kind of bums me out about these is that you can't have double. So you can't make them wider, which I wish you could, because could you imagine just having like a double set of like U-shaped stairs? I think that'd be actually pretty decent. That would actually work a lot better, I think, because like singular stairs are fine, but I think they just kind of limit it a little bit. But this is the dorm room, I'd say, for we'll call this the Mischief School of Magic. So if you go to the Mischief School of Magic, this is the room you go to. This is your dorm room, essentially. This is where you study. This is where you hang out, you relax. It kind of follows it's kind of like the opposite of Elphaba's sort of office space. Like I kind of did like an opposite color scheme for them, but they get like a little fish tank. They get some nice little sofas. You know, I was using a lot of Realm of Magic stuff. I really wanted to utilize all the Realm of Magic stuff they had. They also get a bar in this one. No, I got rid of the bar. I got the other guys get the bar. The Practical School of Magic get the bar, but they also get the bubble blowers as well. They're the party. They're the party dorm. They're the party dorm, and I thought sizing up that carpet works really well. I do love the color scheme for it. I do love the color scheme for that carpet. And I thought about putting a cauldron in, but I decided against it. I figured these guys would be a bit more relaxed. Gave them a dartboard though, so they had something to do, and a little fish tank from Spa Day, because it actually looks pretty decent. It's a pretty decent looking little spa. Or is that the Cats and Dogs one? It's a fish tank. And then I just put a few little portraits up. And it's a very kind of relaxed space. There's like a lot of space for it, but it's more of these guys just tend to relax a little bit more. It's a little more calming, you know. If you actually just want to chill out with your friends, you can go there, maybe read and get a little bit more studying in, play some darts if you want to. Then I made the beds upstairs. This was actually kind of hard because I had to put at least 8 beds in, I think. 8 beds per room, and also had to add in the bathroom as well, which I think kind of slipped my mind, but the other issue was I had all this extra space, and the space was kind of the problem. So you can see I'm just putting all the beds in just to try and figure out where I want them to go. But then I actually put them that way instead, and it looked a lot better when they focused. When they focused that way, but then I was like, wait, there's too many that size. So I just put 8 beds per dorm room, so, you know. It's like, most people just commute into the Magic Realm to go and study, but there are people who are just like, yeah, I just want to live here. Also brought the wall in as well, so you got like another balcony bit. More balconies! More balconies. I love more balconies. And then I had to kind of guess on that side, but because of how uneven the building is, it sort of comes in a little bit more on that side. Excuse me. And just putting in some little drawers and stuff. I think I changed those up, but I put the white color scheme to reflect Elphaba's kind of mischief magical nature for her side of the dorms. And you can kind of see, I had this huge clock tower bit in the middle. There's no clock to add to it, but it was kind of the thing I was going for. A couple little showers, and then more little toilets and sinks. Very kind of basic. I was going off student dorms, 'cause the way I was doing this was it brought me back to when I used to play The Sims 2 University, and I remember finding the cheats back when there used to be bull prop like really long cheats before they started turning them into like, you know, enable free build and, you know, testing cheats true and testing cheats and all that. It was more the case of like when you had to do the long passwords for Sims 2. And I remember making my own, like, I wanted to make my own dorms because I liked the dorms, but I wanted to always make sure that my sim had a computer in their room. I would always give them, like, the best room, and then everyone else got kind of crap rooms. But I wanted to sort of reflect on those, on, like, my dorm building days from when I played The Sims 2 as a kid. And I loved The Sims 2. I think it's my favourite series after, like, The Sims, like, because I never played The Sims 3. I have no idea, like, like, how great The Sims 3 apparently was for a lot of people. The graphics kind of look bad to me. But, I mean, the graphics have come a long way, I think, and that's why I love The Sims 4 a lot. Especially when you put CC in The Sims 4 Sims, because they just look... There's something about it that just makes it look a lot better and a bit more doll-like. But I loved the Sims 2 University Pack. It was one of my absolute favourite packs to use. Every time I had to make a new sim, they had to go off to college first before they had boring suburban lives. Because otherwise, it's just not fun. It's just not fun. And I put more little balcony railings everywhere because it's just, you know, what else can you do? What else can you do except, you know, just put some railings in, put that vampire flooring down. It actually looks pretty decent. And then just focus on some walls around here, just colouring in the walls a little bit more. And then I put roofs in. The back roof is always the hard bit, but the top roofs up there weren't actually the worst. Weren't actually too bad. And then also got to put the trimming around. The trimming is kind of like irritating because it's just so finicky, but once you can get it figured out, it works in the end, which is always a good thing. And then just colouring up this bit, making it nice, and like it's a nice tall building bit, though the wall does look kind of odd because there's not supposed to be like a wall there. I don't think. No, there is supposed to be a wall. It's kind of a weird thing. I'm not sure how I'm supposed to. I might have to. I think I should have brought that wall out. I'm not too sure. I should have followed the line of thinking. I'm not too sure, but it just looks a bit odd. So I might have to go back into my. I might have to go back and edit that because I think it doesn't look right. I think I've kind of got the architecture a little bit wrong there. But with that dorm done, we're focusing on to the next one for Practical Magic, Simeon School of Magic. And this one I did like with Simeon's office, a lot of earthy tones, but also they're the ones who get the bubble blower, and like they get the bubble blower hookah. They also get like, I think they get a bunch of tables, they get once again the cool fireplaces. There's so many fireplaces and bookcases in this school. There's just so many of them. And one thing I liked was, I think, did I give them the foosball table as well? I might have, but I was going for very basic, kind of like the default colours, but the earthy tones worked for this one, which I thought was pretty good. Once again, more bookcases. There's 1,000 bookcases. When you see me get to the library, I go absolutely ham because there was just, like, I figured, like, there's so many bookcases, but I need a library for this place. Like, if it's a school, there's gotta be a library. And the place comes along pretty nicely. They get the bar, and I think they also get, like, a little drink shelf. They get to use these new stool tables, which I thought were pretty cool. I think I only gave them one. Yeah. I only gave them one, and I think... yeah, added just little bits in. Little bits, but I made it fun. I wanted it to be fun. These guys are the fun ones. Yeah, they get the foosball table. They also get the hookah as well, just in a better colour scheme. The green actually suited the room. It matched the room, which was actually pretty decent. And then a couple more little, like, portraits and stuff. Just some little things. And then the drinks cabinet on the wall. Like, Simeon's just like, you guys can study, and you guys are allowed to drink because I don't care. Because, you know, what is drink making and mixology if not another aspect of alchemy when you think about it? A couple more desks as well. And I think I just kind of basically copied over I didn't copy the bedroom over, but I kind of just had to mirror it. Once again, that vampire tapestry is everywhere in this place as well. But I absolutely love it. And I think the lighting for this one might have been a bit off on the walls. But I kind of had to mirror, like, what on earth the original... I'm tired as well because I had to get up early for my doctor's appointment. But you can kind of see I had to kind of basically copy over the same sort of style for the room. But then because of how uneven the room was, this was kind of like where I sort of realised the building was uneven as well. So I was like, this is going to be a bit off for the dorm rooms. But it still turned out pretty decently, at least with the bedroom. Just when I got to add extra like drawers in that one, I just had to copy over like the bathroom, just like figure out the same amounts, like how many like squares it was, and then just basically mirror it, which worked pretty well, I think, because it's one of those things where you get to like when you want to do like, I say when you don't want to put much effort, but when you want to make things look kind of the same, but you don't want to have to like when you can't either copy the rooms over, or you don't want to just do every little tiny increment detail, you can just mirror. Mirroring actually works quite well. It's what I do with bathrooms all the time in most of my lots. So I just mirror the bathrooms so they work a little bit better. God, now my arm's itchy. I have to get a blood test done today, and it's just like the tiny little plaster irritates my arm. But man, it's weird. I've never had a blood test done before, so it was a bit jarring. It was a bit jarring for me to experience the nurse kind of stick the needle in. It wasn't fun. It wasn't fun. Well, I say it wasn't fun. It was better than, to be fair, I've had tattoos done, so this was nothing for me. This was nothing, really. And you can see, like, the bedroom comes along quite nicely. Just got to turn the room around. Just got to turn the candles around. It looks really nice. I'm thinking I will have to redo the hallway and when I've got time, because I've already stuck this up on the gallery. Oops. Probably shouldn't have done that, but it's been like a few people have downloaded it. I'm just gonna probably redo the back of the room to the hallway, and then I think just re-upload it. That might be a better idea. That might be a better idea as well, because I've also got to link all the videos as well. And then the roofing. Do you know what? This is the first time I think ever in the history of my building things where the roof actually came out and it worked. Like, normally my roofs are terrible. But the roofing worked in this one so well that I was like, you know what, this is actually going to turn out really well. This one turned out really well. And initially for this, all I did was copy that little lip over, so I didn't have to redo it, which worked quite well. And then all I had to do was just get the eaves done, and then just do the front bit. I think I did the back as well, because the back was also like, the back was hard. The back of the building was hard because of all that space. I might be able to change it around if I do have to redo the hallway. Like, bits of the walls look taller. I think that's what I have to do. But it looks pretty good. And yeah, I think I realised the box was a mistake now. But the roofing actually turned out quite well in the end. And then I brought this one in. It was kind of low because of how the walls were, because it was essentially a big box. I think I realised that, I was trying to do this, but it didn't work so well, and I think it turned out decent. I think I just had to move a couple extra things. I don't know why I did that. I could have just done like a big long like that just all the way across, and I think I do that when I realised it's like, hey, I could have just done this, because then the roofing looks like doesn't even look right. So that was like kind of a thing. Like, the roofing was difficult. Oh no, that's the way I did the roofing. It actually turned out pretty alright. It's not too bad a looking roof when you think about it, although it does need to be reworked slightly. Just a bit slightly. And then here I just put railings. Just put railings because I didn't know how to do the rest of the roofs. But also I remembered playing Assassin's Creed Syndicate, and sometimes the buildings in the game, because it's based on Victorian London, some of them had like things where there was like a sloping roof, but then there was like a little gap where there was like a railing between that and the sloping roof, which was kind of where I drew inspiration from that. Then I put the windows in. The windows, yeah, I think it was at this point I realised I had no windows anywhere, like, aside from the front. So I had to put in a load of windows, and then I realised, oh no, this place is uneven, because this side is got one more, it's like went over one more than it needed to. So I had to try and find places to put all the windows. But I used the moon stained glass because it's just nice to look at. It was just nice to look at, and the windows was like, it's like I should have put in all the windows first. I think that was my mistake there. But this was a huge project to undertake, and I was kind of more focused on trying to go room by room there. When you try and go room by room, you forget if you need windows. And then putting the windows downstairs was going to be fun. But the back doesn't have any windows for the offices, except for Morgan's office, because he is the head of the Untamed Arts. And I figure, the Untamed Art Sage gets the biggest office because that's the biggest school of magic because of just how much more power there is in that one. Personally, that's just my thoughts on it. Then I've got to put all the windows in on the sides, and then also work on the living room, the kitchen, a small little rec area, and the library, and also the basement downstairs. The basement is sort of saved till last because it was like all underground, so that was going to just be the fun part. You can also see just all the Sims just kind of stuck next to the portal, just like, why have we been moved out of it? Also 2 Morgans, because I had to bring 1 Morgan in to get to the magic realm, because he was already a mage. It just made it a bit easier to use an already established spellcaster to get in there. Just to get in there. Although it's kind of funny watching Morgan fight himself and talk to himself. It's like a clone, but you know, the clone's permanent kind of thing. I do love these stained glass windows, by the way. Those stained glass windows are absolutely gorgeous, and this is why I want werewolves, because I want more stained glass window type stuff. Like, I bet if there was a werewolves game pack, not only would the tree for the werewolves probably be really good, but like, you know, you'd start off being like, oh, you're like a puppy wolf. I don't know how it goes to full on lichen in the end, and like maybe there's maybe like, because you know how vampires can change at will, maybe for like werewolves you can change at will if you want to, but there's maybe like a specific point in time, if you got seasons maybe, where you have to turn into a werewolf like out, like without like your own, like, oh god, what's the word I'm looking for, against your own will. Like, that'd be kind of fun. You could also have powers like being able to shapeshift like properly, like maybe so you know how there's Gala community vampires, maybe like a moon immunization where it's like it's like the power of the moon no longer holds over you. You can now change your form whenever you want to, even if there's not a full moon. But then there could also be like an established weakness, which is like, you know, the moon has way too much control over you. Now whenever like you are outside you'll turn into a werewolf regardless of if there's a full moon or not. It'd be that kind of thing. Also, I'm glad they finally fixed this bug with the poles, because that was kind of awkward. I think I need to get rid of that bit in the middle. But you can see just how kind of you see a little bit of the how it comes along. That's why I want werewolves, because you could do so much with werewolves, and I think like a lot of people just like, oh, we just want all the occults in one big supernatural pack together. But considering how well they put like the effort into vampires and how well they've really done with the spellcasters, I'd rather have all the occultic stuff come in their own individual packs, because then it'd be so much easier to like deal. Not only would it be easier to deal with, but the devs would be able to put so much more effort into them. Let's face it, mermaids don't have a lot to them, aliens don't have a lot to them, and ghosts are just, you know, people who float. They're literally just Sims who float. So I kind of maybe do wish they'd kind of overhaul the occult, like the simple occults like mermaids, aliens, and ghosts. I'd love to be able to make ghosts in CAS. I don't like having to put the trait on them or just kill them off to get ghosts. I feel like I'd love if they were just like an actual occultic like option. I think that would be kind of fun. Okay, I've been ranting about werewolves and occults that I've just realised my video has kind of stopped. So, you know, this was, you can see I've just started on the living room, but in the next episode we're going to be focusing on just the rest of the build. And it's almost done. So thank you guys so much for watching, and thank you for listening to that rant, by the way. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye now.